Hello YouTube, welcome to another video. In this one I'm teaching how to edit a check in Photoshop. If you are new to the channel, kindly hit that subscribe button. Now let's dive into the video. Alright, so open your Photoshop application. In the top, click file and then open, and then choose the image you want to edit. So I'm going to choose this and then click open. It's going to load and then you can see it. Now it has its own layer. You can see the layer tab. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So this is what the check is going to be like. So I'll be teaching how to edit this check professionally. So just follow all the instructions you see on the screen. So you can zoom in. You just select that zoom to on the left side. And you can see at the top, you can see the plus and the minus. So to zoom in, use the plus. To zoom out, use the minus. Okay. So that's covered. So I'm just going to zoom in using the plus, as you can see. So right now you can see everything clearly. So for me to edit this check, I'm going to basically have to change the payee name to start with. Okay, so how do we do that? First thing you want to do is create a new layer. All right, so you can see that says layer 1. It's a new layer. Okay, now on the right side, that's the rectangular marquee tool. So you select the rectangular marquee tool. I've covered this before, but I just want to explain it again for those that missed the first video. Okay, so once you choose the rectangular marquee tool, you click the background, which is the original check image. Okay, and then you select a region with a pattern that matches the background behind the name. Okay, the payee name. Make sure the pattern basically matches. Okay, click Ctrl C. Okay, to copy that region. Now you go to the new layer and click Ctrl V to paste that selected region, and then you click Ctrl T to show the new layer, and then you can just drag it over the text carefully and then show it creates a matching pattern. Okay, so I think that looks good enough. You can hide it and you can see that it's visible. So that covers that marquee tool. Okay, all right, so let's proceed. I'm gonna have to cover the dates now, because if you're editing check, you have to put in the current date. Okay, so you create a new layer once again, and then in this case I'll be using the clone stamp tool. Okay, so like for the first two I just used the rectangular marquee tool, but in this one I'll be using clone stamp to basically duplicate a pattern. Okay, so how to use the clone stamp tool? You want to select the clone stamp tool, as you can see on the screen, and you can set the brush size of the clone stamp tool to the size that's convenient for what you want to do. So the clone stamp tool basically will just clone a pattern from one region to another region. Okay, so using this clone stamp tool, you can actually replicate the effects of the rectangular marquee tool. Okay, so in this new layer, okay, so basically what you want to do is go to the background image, select it, select clone stamp tool, and then go to the region you want to edit. Okay, so that's the date, and then you basically want to click Alt. Hold up. You want to click Alt. Please carefully go to the background. You want to click Alt. So then it's going to define a starting point for the cloning, and then once you've done that, you can now go to that new layer you created. Okay, make sure you go to a new layer and then just paint over the text. So using the clone stamp, you can see I basically just replicated the pattern that was existing, but you can also see the date seems to also be showing. So this is just for you to see how the clone stamp tool works. Okay, so when you want to choose the definition point using your clone stamp tool, make sure you choose the proper definition point, so that when you apply the pattern, it will blend properly. Okay, So you can see I'm still trying to use it, but I can still see a little shadow on that that's from the date. Okay, because this is the clone stamp tool, that's the date. So I'm just gonna delete that layer, and then I'm going to create a new layer, and then I'm going to use the clone stamp to correctly this time. Okay, so I wanted you to see this error just in case, so you understand how it works now. So you can see I'm choosing a new definition point. Okay, the background is selected, I'm choosing a new definition point. You can see I went a little bit lower. Okay, now that's my new definition point, and then I go to my new layer, and then I paint over the text, which is the date. And you can see it's giving me a cloned pattern of the region which I chose for cloning. Okay, so with the clone stamp tool, you can actually replicate the effect of just covering up a text and creating a matching background pattern. Okay, so you can see hiding it, I can hide those layers I created, and you can see the text. Okay, so now that covers the clone stamp tool. Okay, so if you like this video, if you're enjoying the video, please hit the like button. Okay, this information is not easy to come by. All right, now let's continue. So the next we'll be editing is the check number. Okay, so in the check, when you want to like issue a new one, you need to have a unique check number. So this check number has to be covered and replaced with a new one. Okay, so once again, to do that, I'm just gonna have to create a new layer where I'm gonna put the cover. Okay, and I'll be using the clone stamp to cover the check number. Okay, so select the clone stamp tool, go to the background, select the background layer. Okay, and then you need to choose your definition point, remember. So click Alt on your keyboard and then left click, and that will set a definition point for the clone stamp. And then you go to the new layer and then just paint over the check number. As you can see, now an advantage of the clone stamp to the rectangular marquee is that you can actually use the clone stamp to cover the details gradually. You don't have to just adjust it over, you can just paint over it gradually. Okay, so it gives you a little more precision. That's why I decided to cover using the clone stamp. Okay, so that covers that. You can see hiding it, you can see the check number, and then I just make it visible again. So now I've covered the payee, the date, and also the check number. This information and the information you need to definitely edit on the check. Okay, and then when you go to the bottom of this check, you can see there's this check number on the left side, so we definitely need to change that as well. Okay, so if you need more information as how to edit the numbers below the check, you want to change the check number, the routing, and the account number, kindly hit my DM. Just send me a message on Instagram, WhatsApp, my social media account. Just go follow them and message me. Okay, because I don't want this tutorial to be too long. Okay, I'm trying to cover what's really important right now. Okay, so just take notes. You have to actually change the check number at the bottom, so you just basically need to cover it as I have done in the first 3 cases. Just create a new layer, cover it, and then you have to replicate it. So to create the replication, hit me up for that information. Okay, it's a trade secret. All right, now I'm going to add the pay name. Okay, so I created a new layer. You can see this layer 4, and then I've chosen the text tool on the left side. Okay, and then I'm just going to click right above the region that I covered, the pay. You can see lower Ipsum, that's new text layer. So I'm just gonna have to put in the new pay name. Hold up, I'm trying to see if that layer is actually okay. Yep, so let's continue. So On the text, I'm just going to put in the new payee name. Okay, so when it comes to like you need to edit the text, you need to ensure the text matches all of the fonts on the check. Okay, so I'm just going to choose Arial because I feel like Arial is what is used on this check. Okay, so using Arial, I'm just going to put in the new payee name. So for instance, Oliver Queen. Okay, now you're going to see I'm going to show you how to edit this text to look natural and to look completely matching to the text you can already see on the check. Okay, so to achieve that, you just follow the instructions on the screen. Like I said, I wanted to show you what's important. I didn't cover this earlier, so just look closer right now. You can see the text is just straight, and then you can see the existing text on the screen looks a little tilted, so I'm gonna have to edit all that. So first things first, I want to make sure the text matches the size of the existing text on the check. Okay, so let me just first instance, I'm just trying to match the size. Okay, I'm matching the size here. I just want to make sure it matches. So you can see I'm just hoisting it over there. I can see the O. Okay, using the O, it's perfect. Okay, that's the exact font size. So we've gotten the font size. Now we need to get the color and the highlights. Okay, so you can see this text, it has a little dimmer black color, so I need to like edit this text to match. So just follow all of the instructions you see on the screen. So I'm trying to just like look for a matching color. So currently I'm just going to use the text too. I'm trying to like use a color picker to get an exact matching texture. I just want to make sure the color matches, the highlight matches. Okay, so just follow the instructions on the screen. I'm actually just going through a couple of options. So I'm doing this in real time, so I'm actually just trying to figure it out a little bit. So right now I'm just using the text tool. I'm trying to use the eyedropper so as you can see to get me like a matching color. So for me to do that, I'll need to use the eyedropper to basically hoist it over the existing text to get a matching color. Currently you can see I'm still just struggling to get me an exact matching color. This is just one way for you to actually do it. You can actually just go to the color picker and just go in there and just keep tweaking it to see if you get a matching color. You can see what I'm just doing. I'm just tweaking around. I'm just showing how to just try to get an exact replicating texture. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just tweaking around the color picker, trying to see if I can just get a matching color from here, the shade. But actually I don't think I'll find it. So like I said, what I'll be doing is I'll be using the eyedropper. The eyedropper tool basically lets you select a particular color and use that color on a new layer, on a new image, or new text, whichever the case may be, and that's what I'll be doing. Okay, so right now I'm actually just trying to reduce the opacity as the transparency to see if I can get like a matching texture. And actually reducing the transparency kind of gives a little matching texture, but like I said before, that is not what I'll be doing. I'll be using the eyedropper. Okay, so now I've selected the eyedropper and you can see I'm zooming. I'll just use the zooming. Actually you could use your cursor, just zoom in. You could use the zoom tool. Okay, so I'm going to use the eyedropper to get exact color. Okay, so you just hover over the text, click, and you can see I've gotten the exact color of the text using the eyedropper. And then I just go to the new text layer, which is the payee, and apply that color. You can see I use the eyedropper to get the exact text color of the existing text. Okay, please pay attention, don't lose focus. You can see after I use the eyedropper on that text, it changed the foreground color. And you can see the foreground color, that's the matching color. Okay, so now I'm going to use that matching color in my color picker, and then I've just used it on the text. So you can see that's actually the exact color using the eyedropper tool. Okay, if you want perfection, if you're looking for precision, you need to follow the instructions. Okay, with the eyedropper tool, you can actually duplicate an exact color. Okay, so right now this is the actual color, but I still need to tilt it. As you can see, it's tilted a little bit. So I'm just going to tilt it to match the existing text. So yes, just tilt it carefully. For it to do that, you need to press Ctrl and hover over the note. Take note, you want to tilt, press Ctrl and hover over the note. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to that layer. All right, click on blending options, go to drop shadow, select drop shadow, and then make sure the color is white. Okay, so you can see with the drop shadow, you can add a drop shadow effect, which will make the text look natural and give a matching texture to the existing text on the screen. Okay, so you can see me just tweaking the settings in drop shadow so you understand how it works. Okay, so with this drop shadow, it basically gives you highlighting effects and 3D effects and a natural effect on the text. It makes sure the text looks very natural. You can see the existing text has a drop shadow around it. You can see some white drop shadow around, and that is what I'm duplicating in this case. So I've applied the drop shadow, as you can see now. So I'm zooming out for you to see it. You can see the drop shadow effect is a little visible, and now I'm just going to tweak the opacity a little bit. So just tweak the opacity. I think I'm going to set it to 90. 90 should do. And at this point, you can see an exact replica of the existing text. So I just showed you how to create a text and get matching texture in terms of drop shadow or any form of highlight around the text. Okay, so this information is gold, trust me. Okay, so if you're enjoying this video, make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe. Okay, so you can see now I've just created a new payee name with all of the matching effects, and it looks very natural. Okay, alright guys, I think I've come to the end of this tutorial. So basically, if you want to have to you want to create the rest of the text information, you just repeat the same method that you can apply your highlights or drop shadows to your text. Okay, for instance, you need to create your date and you need to put in the new check number, but take notes for the numbers below the check. You need to message me, okay, for that information. It's very important, okay, for you to edit the numbers below the check. So just go follow my Instagram, or you can message me on WhatsApp, you can message me on Instagram. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching the video. Kindly hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss my next video, and kindly join the channel membership so you have private access to exclusive private tutorials and exclusive access to videos on the channel. Bye guys.